Good morning, YouTube. Oh my goodness gracious, man. We had a pretty crappy morning. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about, go check out my previous vlog. I don't really know what the name of the title is, but I'll go ahead and put a picture of it once it's edited and ready to go. So right now our mission is to do 615 miles. And because of this load delivery in the morning, it already took an hour away from my log. So I got 10 hours and 2 minutes to do 615 miles. Oh my goodness, here we go. Okay, let's get going. Hopefully we don't run into a whole bunch of traffic like we did this last time getting here. The map is kind of cleared out a little bit, so hopefully we on the coup. Woo, that was close. There's a lot of truck traffic here. Okay. Jeez Louise, man. All right, let's get out of here. I hate it when I have to schedule loads tight like this, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know what I mean? And just hope for the best. There's really not really much I can do about it, you know what I mean? Hopefully my dedicated lane from El Paso starts working the way it should, and then everything works out pretty good. I think this Miami one, I got it because I was kind of like in a bind, like I just needed to get something. But I don't think I'm gonna do this anymore because, you know, it's 600 miles deadhead to my next customer. Like, I don't have time to look for another load. I pick up tomorrow morning. So plus there's really not much here in the Miami area anyway, you know what I mean? So I mean, the load paid decent. It paid well enough to where I can cover my deadhead. You know, I mean, more than anything, it's just a waste of my time. But as far as fuel costs, it's right around maybe about $250 to get up there to the Charleston area, so I can do my next load. And I mean, it'll be a pretty decent week revenue-wise, you know what I mean? But it's not the ideal situation to deadhead this far. But, you know, my other load canceled on me again, so it kind of left me in a bind to where I had to do something. So I knew that this load was going to be super tight. Thankfully, they unloaded me in about an hour, so it wasn't too horrible. But it's just the way to get over here is what killed my time, because I was close enough to where it should have just been a 30-minute drive, and it ended up taking me an hour to get over here just because of traffic and accidents and, you know, just good old Miami traffic and stuff. So hopefully we don't run into any situations today, because I really do not have the extra time to be messing with stuff, right? Like, I'm already running like super close on time. I mean, worst case scenario, if I can't make it to where I normally stop at there for my customer, I'll just I can probably make maybe like St. George and then just go from there. I already paid for parking on my other place, but You know, if I can't make it, I can't make it, right? And it's already too late to cancel to get my money back. So all you could do is plan, and sometimes plans just don't pan out the way you would expect them to, right? But that's just the reality of being a truck driver, you know? Plans change accordingly to what's going on the road. Things that are out of your control, whether it's traffic, you know, whether it's accidents, road closures, detours, you know, customers taking forever to load or unload. Like, there's so many variables that are out of the control, out of the driver, you know, but then again, the driver always gets blamed for everything. It's always the driver's fault no matter what happens, even though it's out of your control. I can understand if it's because like you're being lazy or you woke up late, like it's something directly related to the truck driver being at fault, right? But if it's not your fault, but you're doing your job and you encounter things that are out of 100% out of your control, like what do these brokers expect you to do? You know what I mean? Like, you can only do what you can do. That's it. So yeah, it's been one of them mornings, guys. I just can't wait until this day is over with, and you know, by the grace of God, hopefully we'll make it to Somerville. They're at the pilot where I usually park at, and then our next load, you know, it's we're headed back to the house, and we're good to go already. You know, I really don't want to. You know, it's a domino effect. You know, sometimes when a previous load messes you up, you know, it messes up your next load, and it's like you look kind of like a butt face with your next broker. But it's like, at the end of the day, again, like, what do you want me to do? You know what I mean? Like, I can only control what I can control. So lucky for me, my next pickup, it is a strict appointment. You know, but I've been doing that lane for over 6 years now. It's my dedicated customer. So, you know, if something happens to where I gotta be a little late, it's not gonna be a big deal. As long as I let them know what's going on. And you know, again, I'm deadheading 600 miles to them. You know, I'm not 100 miles away to where it's like I'll be there no matter what. You know, 600 miles, a lot can happen. Tire blowouts and road closures or an accident or delays. It just ruins your clock. You know what I mean? That's the problem with us truck drivers, is that we always have to be fighting this e-log, you know, to be able to get our work done. So I'm hoping everything goes good, and like I said, you know, God willing, we get there safe and sound. That's the most important thing, getting there safe and sound. Um, I don't let no broker or any customer push me around. You know, like that's gonna compromise my safety. It, you know, because at the end of the day, I'll lose more if I get in an accident, you know, or you know, hurt somebody or hurt myself. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. So it's like, whenever it's a situation where something's going on, like time wise, you're gonna get there late or this or that for something that's not in my control. You know, I don't stress about it at that point. You know, uh, my attitude pretty much goes with like, it's gonna get there when it's gonna get there, and if you don't like it, too bad.
Sliding, oh, do you feel the sun? Violet skies, baby.
All right, guys. So we went ahead and stopped here at a rest area here in Florida, and I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat me my favorite breakfast. I got the coffee pot rolling, and this bad boy right here is doing a good job. Let me see if I can show you guys. 2400 watts, no problem. So, man, I think I got maybe like about what is it? Maybe like 30 minutes leeway, man, to be able to get to my customer. So I'm hoping I don't run into any more, whatchamacallit, accidents or anything, man. It's just been morning traffic and all this crap. So I'm gonna get my coffee ready to go, and we'll keep on rolling. I'll keep you guys posted. Man, it always seems that when you're running low on hours for the day, you just get hit with one thing after another. Accidents, traffic, and so frustrating, man. I'm like literally like as of right now of the filming of this video, I got maybe like 30 minutes to spare just so that I can make it to my next customer. So I'm kind of hoping this goes fairly fast, because if not, it's going to be a problem. I definitely don't want to miss the load for two reasons. Number one, gotta make some money. And number two, that's the load that takes me home. And it's my dedicated customer, so it's been kind of smooth sailing after we left Miami. There was just a whole bunch of traffic there in the morning. And I stopped there for a break there, my 30-minute break there at that rest area. Made me some eggs. And I'm still working on that coffee. Gotta love them Yeti cups, man. They keep that coffee hot for a good while. It's probably been a couple of hours back, and it's not super crazy hot, but it's still hot coffee, not cold coffee. I don't like cold coffee. But yeah, this is what we're dealing with right now at the moment. The Google machine is showing like about a 5-minute delay or something like that. I find Google to be fairly accurate when it comes to like notifying you that something's going up ahead of you. Like if you see it red on the map, it's pretty much a given, like there's something going on. But as far as the time estimates for the delay, they're not really that accurate. A lot of times they'll say like 30 minutes, and then it ends up being an hour, or or sometimes even less, right? But as far as like when you have your maps on, I usually use two of them simultaneously. Yeah, there we go. I use Hammer because it's a truck one, and I also use Google Maps just because of the traffic, right? The other one does the traffic too, and I'm pretty sure it probably uses the Google network, but I don't know. I like having both of them open, and it just gives me a good glimpse of what's up ahead. So it'll give you like an early pre-warning, mental game, like, hey, there's something going on here. So when you get there, back it on down. But supposedly this thing's saying 5 minutes. At least we're kind of moving. I'm going, 10 miles an hour right now. Oh, come on. Man, it's been an early day today, man. Woke up super early today. Went to go deliver that load down there in Miami. Got yelled at from the broker. Golly. It's just been one of them days, but it's kind of smooth sailing. Overall, I mean, I've had a couple of slowdowns like this, just as long as it's not like, an hour, slowdown or whatever. I think we should be okay, but I'm not going to stop no more at all until I get to the truck stop there in Somerville. That's why I did the break kind of early. Well, I guess you can kind of say it was maybe like the halfway mark or whatever. But I don't have to do a 30-minute break or anything anymore. I just got to get out of this traffic. and then we'll be good to go. Is there an accident here? A little fender bender. Was that it? That might have been it. It was looking like it was starting to pick up a little bit. I just don't understand why traffic slows down so much when that accident is already away from the travel lanes. It's just people rubbernecking, man. That's what it is. I could understand if it's like, on one of the travel lanes, right, where officers have it, blocked off, or they're diverting traffic to a different lane because something's going on an active lane of traffic, right? But when it's on the side of the road like that, man, it's unbelievable, man. Just go. So all you gotta do is just go. And the guy looks broken down right there. He has boxes of coolant and everything. Oh, man. I know that feeling. And it ain't a nice one. I was talking to my buddy Garrett early on today in the day. I made a video about how bad his engine got destroyed because dirt got into his engine. Go check that video out under Texas 18 Wheel Services playlist. You guys will see like how bad that engine was damaged. So my buddy finally got it done, and he's out here rolling. He's pretty happy. She's rolling with plenty of power. He's doing the braking right now. And he's got himself a pretty nice heavy load, which is what you want to do when you're braking in your engines. So he's out there trying to recover from the cost. And it ended up taking quite long just because of parts, man. It's just so hard to get parts now in these days. A lot of times it takes a lot longer to source parts than to actually do the job. Okay, looks like we are moving again, so that's good. Hopefully we got no more slowdowns. According to Google, there's like another little yellow spot right before we get I-95. We're on the 295 right now here in Jacksonville, Florida. So hopefully we'll be good. Man, I barely made it here, guys. Holy smokes. 7 minutes left on my driving time. Man, today was definitely a hard day. Um, there was a lot of slowdowns on the road, and it's just was just one of those days where it was just like constantly looking at the logbook, like, holy crap, am I gonna make it? Am I gonna make it? Am I gonna make it? Like, I needed to get here uh, for tomorrow's pickup, right? My dedicated run. It was a long way, man. Let's see how many miles I did today. 634 miles. So I had to deliver my previous loads there in Miami. Go check out that vlog. I had issues. Hopefully, see you like that one. This is the continuation of that one. 634 miles deadhead. But it is what it is. I knew that I was gonna have to deadhead that much when I got that load going to Miami. I'm probably not gonna do that again. I mean, it still ends up working out at the end of the day. Between both loads, it's a pretty good week. And it was kind of like a last minute load due to the fact that my other load canceled on me. So it was kind of like I had to get something to get over here. So, I mean, I guess in fuel cost, I think it's probably maybe like $250 or something like that. Plus a full day of work for free, practically, right? But that's what I had to do to be able to get this other load. Right now, when I got here to this pilot, I had to go inside and get my little tag, because I had already reserved parking because there's never any parking here. And the parking lot was full, so I had to get the manager. The manager had to come outside and, move a driver that was mad, because they were parking where they were not supposed to be at. Nobody likes to pay for parking, including me, man. I mean, just between yesterday there in Miami, that was $38, and then that's $58 just 2 days of parking. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, you got to do what you got to do. And I knew that by the time I got here, right now it's currently 8 p.m. So it's 7 o'clock my time, 9 o'clock local time. So that'll be perfect for me to be able to do my 10-hour break and go pick up tomorrow morning. But I knew that there wasn't going to be no parking here, and that's why I did it. You know what I mean? But I mean, overall, the day was pretty hectic with my prior delivery, dealing with traffic and everything, and just trying to get that delivered. And I don't like scheduling my loads so close like that, like when I mean, I think this has probably been the most I've ever deadhead to this customer, 630 miles. Usually my target when something happens with the other load is to try to get something to North Carolina, South Carolina, something that'll kind of generally keep me there, 100, 200 miles or as close as possible, right? I've done loads to Jacksonville, Florida, because that one's only like 3.5 hours away. But I think this has been probably the one that's been the most, 630 miles. And it's kind of like nothing can go wrong. Because like the moment something goes wrong to where I can't get here, then it was going to jeopardize my next shipment. And I've said this before in previous vlogs with my dedicated customer. That's freight that has to be picked up at 10 o'clock in the morning. Like it has to be, like they won't wait on you. It has to be picked up at that time. No ifs, ands, or buts. Like if I call my broker, even though I've been with them for the last 6-7 years, he'll pretty much repower it if need be. Even if you're only going to be late 30, 40, 45 minutes. Like it's just really depends on how the customer's mood is that day. But it's like, it's just in the contract. It has to be picked up by 10, So I was kind of stressing out on the way over here because it was just like hold up after hold up after hold up, accident, going slow. And I'm just constantly looking at my logbook like, oh my God, man, like I need to get over there, But thankfully, my stress is over for the day. I'm going to make me some dinner, definitely take a shower because I wasn't able to shower yesterday because I already had paid $38 and they can't even give you a free shower. It was going to be like another $10, $11 to take a shower. So I was like, screw that. I'll just take a shower in the Flying J where I know I have flowers, where I have showers. So I'm gonna go get my butt in the shower, guys. If you guys watched the video up until this point, I appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.
Like, share, and subscribe.